Yet again you find me heading deep into the Asian countryside and jungle, hunting ancient temples, often abandoned and forgotten. The road is littered with landmines, the jungle festooned with venomous snakes. But the ancient sites you and I will visit are simply breathtaking.
Hello and welcome again to Forgotten Temples with myself, Mr. B. Now what I'm walking through here is a rice field that's just been harvested. Look at the backdrop. Isn't this absolutely amazing? And this is the kind of thing you see when you walk in the footprints of the gods, as I do. And I apologise you can't see my face because the sun is directly above me. But I do have to wear the hat. Otherwise, if you're in this blazing sun for hour after hour, believe me, you go a colour red that you never ever want to see. So why is there no temple in the background? I mean, it's a fantastic view, Mr. B. We can all agree on that. Well, to me, this has some importance because I'm being guided round by a policeman I have hired. And I said to him, well, do you know what? I think right here or just there was once an ancient road because I am in a forgotten, abandoned city. It was built in the 11th century, abandoned, they believe, in the 14th century, but there is so few details. It has all the experts bewildered as to what its true reason was. It is said it was one of the great trading hubs, and through that trade and that money sprung this enormous city, a city so important a king actually set up his royal residence here. So imagine, I am walking along an ancient road. And as I do so, I see to my left, held up on a platform, a mighty statue. And that is what we're going to look at. The statue is gone because this place has been ravaged by looters, but its home is still there. And it gives us a wonderful echo of what once was. And here it is. Now, as you can already tell, there's not really an awful lot to show you. But this side, I absolutely adore. I came here some time ago and I shot a video and it was god awful. I'd just started and I've come back to reshoot it. I never released that video. I was never happy with it. But I absolutely love this place and I don't know why I have these feelings for these little temples. Maybe because, you know, they're a bit like little lost puppies that no one pays any attention to, and maybe it's the British way, we're forever rooting for the underdog. But there's something else. Remember that I said where you are now was an ancient road, and you need to cast your imagination, and you, a traveller, you're a farmer or so on, and you're heading into this glorious ancient city along that ancient road. And as you do so, you look to your left and what you see is this temple. This temple is quite simply a frame, because what was in here was a statue. And if I just step in, it will give you an idea as to how big this thing is. Now, I've asked the policeman who's accompanying me as to which god was in here, and he said, no, not Buddha. He says he believes it was Vishnu. All that is left now is this case, this shell. But as I say, you have to transport yourself back into time. You have to put yourself in the shoes of those ancient travellers, because they have come along this dusty path. They have travelled an awful long way at an incredibly slow speed, and bear in mind where they've come from. They've come from rural areas where the only buildings they ever see are made of wood and the roofs are just thatched leaves. And potentially this was the first sight of this ancient city that they saw. This looming statue of a god, and a gigantic statue at that. And they must have looked in wonder and go, oh my Lord. Well, the truth is, if you look at other videos of this area I'm filming now, Sambor Preah Cook, this is peanuts. And I mean that with no insult, because I love these temples so. But this isn't even an appetizer. What else is here at this ancient city is mind-bending. So do have a look for other videos in this series, because this vast ancient city is just so mind-bending. And there's something else. I've been here for 3-4 days and I haven't seen a single soul. I've seen a few locals, but that's it. I have this entire city all to myself. Love is a very strange thing. To me, it is one of the greatest mysteries of mankind. It is often illogical, and oh so many times it seems to be founded in no reason whatsoever. And when it gets you, it captivates you, it holds you firm. And that's how I feel about this temple. I came here 2 years ago, one of the first temples I've come to, and I shot a film and it was god awful. I never released it. I didn't do it justice. And that's my one thing about these temple videos. I always wish to do them justice. So here I am back with an old chum. And I can't tell you why this temple has held me so in my thoughts. I really honestly have thought about it over and over again, aching to come back and see him again. To me, there's something going on here. There was something grander, something more. And people aren't seeing it, and I don't know what it is. But what I do know is those ancient travellers that walked along that road, maybe this was the first sight they saw after a journey that could have taken days, weeks, or even months if they were traders. And the first thing they see is a mighty statue, potentially of Vishnu, up on this mound, looking down on them benevolently and saying, "You have reached sanctuary. You are safe now." And maybe that's what it is I feel. Maybe it's that feeling of safeness, of two arms holding these weary travellers and saying, it's all okay, you've reached your goal. There's something. I know that much. There's something going on here. It's a spectacular sight that most people wouldn't give a second glance to. Now I hope that you have enjoyed this little trip round this little gem here, and if by chance you could help me build up a library of these forgotten and often neglected temples, then I would be exceedingly grateful. Now how you do that is go to www.patreon.com/temples. It's as simple as that. And as always, I sign off by saying to you that I wish you absolutely nothing but the very best. You take very good care now.